Hey now, haven't done an autograph analysis in a while, so we are back with probably the greatest manager of all time. I'm going to argue that this is the greatest manager of all time, and that is John McGraw. Through the history of baseball, he still sits currently at number 3 in all-time wins, with about 2,700 and some wins. He won 3 World Series. You could have argued he would have won a 4th in 1904. There was a big controversy between the National League and the American League, Giants winning the National League, and he didn't want to do a World Series, which was the brainchild of basically Bernie Dreyfuss and Van Johnson the year before in 1903. He said basically his Giants had nothing left to prove even after winning over 100 games that year. But long story short, very revered by his players, loved. He was actually quite a good player, believe it or not. He was on the very famous 1890 Baltimore Oriole team, lifetime average of 334. So really good hitter. So, but again, even better manager, and that's where he gets into the Hall of Fame. One of the first 2 managers inducted, along with Connie Mack. Back then, they wanted to have an American League manager and a National League manager, so they picked both of them, rightfully so. Connie Mack was still alive. John McGraw passed away 3 years earlier. And because he passed away in 1934 at age 60, you can imagine his autograph is fairly challenging. Not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, but challenging. After he passed away, his wife lived over 30 years after him. We'll look at his wife's autograph in a little bit because she would sign Mrs. John McGraw, which looks nothing like his autograph, fortunately. And the fact that she was famous for clipping checks and sending them out to collectors to help fill needs. So his autograph's out there, not terribly rare, but again, not common either. So you're going to spend well over $1,000 easily. So without any further analysis, let's take a look at the autograph analysis. Without further ado, let's take a look at the autograph analysis of Mr. John McGraw. Share my screen here. Go to the PSA database. So John McGraw had an autograph, commonly signed John J. McGraw, J.J. McGraw with a lot of them. This is a rather unique autograph in the sense that when you're looking at John McGraw autographs, most of them are going to be clipped. There's a couple single sign baseballs, even more rare photographs. Team sign balls are out there. They exist in team sign items. Single sign, very, very rare. This is a typical letter, which again are out there. What's rare about this one is you can see it said John to the J to McGraw, and the John and J are connected. Usually it's not done. Usually the C is broken off like this. The J's should look fairly identical when you see them. You're going to see an open. This is usually connected to John is one thing, but it's usually not connected to the J. The McGraw, like I said, could be open, could be shut. The A is usually open. This is an earlier autograph. Again, more common autograph that I would expect to see from a John McGraw. Whether or not this is stolen, totally different matter, but it's a real autograph. You can see right here. Again, the J's you can see are very similar. It leans towards the right. The C, like I said, should be standalone like this. This one's connected to the Graw, which is fine as well. You want an open A right here. And you can see how the J's, they're not identical, but they're very similar. Open O, open J right here. This one I'm going to pass on doing only because it's tough for me to see. I have a little screen right here, so it's tough for me to see the autograph. Again, here's a beautiful government postcard. I would love to own this. You can see the J's here are very similar, very open. The open O right here. You can see how the A is open right here. Again, this is more common C that I want to see in the sense that you see the C as a standalone and the Graw comes here, races. Again, no hesitancy whatsoever. The autograph slopes a little to the right, in which you want to see as well. So again, there should be no hesitation whatsoever in his autograph. This is, I think this is good. This is a later in life autograph, but you can see even towards the end of his life, there really is not much hesitation in his autograph. The J's look very similar, as you can see right here. Like I said, the open O right here, the open A right here, it slopes to a little bit to the right. And the C right here is standalone, which is, again, more what you want to see as well with the John McGraw autograph. This one is more unique. I'm curious what the year is. I can't tell. I'm not a huge fan of this autograph. It looks like J and O, which I've seen other John sign like that. But again, the J and the McGraw look spot on. This just looks a little bit off to me. So I still think it's good. It's just I'm curious when it's signed compared to other autographs. I've seen this autograph for sale before. He did a signed book towards the end of his career calling My 30 Years in Baseball. I think this autograph sold not too long ago or something very similar to it. We'll take a look. You can see right here the open O right here, the open A right here, the C right here, standalone, what you want to see. The J's look very similar, slanting to the right as well. Finally, we have a full check, and these full checks are very rare. They go for probably easily $4,000. It's like you're gonna get a premium. There's probably 5 full checks known to exist of him. Ron says there's one. I definitely have seen more than one, but usually with the signed checks, like other items, he usually signed just J.J. McGraw. You can see right here. So again, we're going to look at signed cuts, and this is the most common form of autograph. If I were buying a John McGraw today autograph, probably buy a signed check cut. Even though I hate cuts, the checks are very common. So looking at Heritage right here at John McGraw autographs. Again, this is the one we just saw on the PSA database. It sold last in 2022. Yeah, let's see. I bid $390 for it. It sold for $1,800. We'll take a look at my autograph in a minute and why I want another one. But again, it's a beautiful autograph. Someone just ripped this from the book cover, probably sold the book, but it's good. We looked at the PSA database of him. Going back, other ones. I mean, nothing of the John McGraws that I could see in Heritage, and I did by signed. One hasn't sold recently besides this one. Again, this is a very I've seen this photo change hands a couple of times. Again, autographs, signed photos of him are quite rare. I think this is good. The McGraw is good. The J's are identical as we talked about. You can see the open O up here as well. And it's just a rare autograph. You could buy it today for $6,000 if you have the money. This is mine right here. I love this autograph. I don't know if I can blow it up right here. Nope, it's not coming in. Oh, that's a different autograph we'll talk about. See if I can go back. I guess we can't go back to my McGraw autograph. We'll come back later to mine. Looking at REA, and again, I did for the newer sales, a beautiful letter signed by McGraw recently sold for $3,720, even though it's faded. And again, there's a lot of these letters out there. I love this letter, even though the autograph, like I said, is faded. The letterhead is beautiful. I don't think it's stolen. And it's just a beautiful McGraw autograph. I wanted to go back for a second just to show you that this is what you see a lot of. I said these clip signed checks. Again, I would say the average amount of these are between 1 and 2,000, depending on the quality of the check. I think they're all good. Jake, if you're watching this, this is the type of autograph you should be picking up and putting into your Perez Steel. I want to talk about this baseball right here. And I know we talked about Christy Mathewson not too long ago, and we're going to talk about John McGraw now. And Ron warns, like specifically of this baseball, of the fact that like the Jays look all over the place. He said these single sign big baseballs, he doesn't think they're good. Honestly, I agree with him. It's very rare that this type of JOH, I haven't seen that. See how this is sort of up, this sort of leans back. It's just off. We talked about Mathewson baseballs. Again, this double sign. I don't know why it would be double signed. Did he forget he signed it? Signed it differently. Like this is the exact in the Mathewson. I just don't like it all. You can see other videos why I don't like it. Again, just not a fan at all. So moving to eBay real quickly. And again, I won't even talk about this baseball. But again, here's another signed clip check. You could buy this today for $1,888. I think the autograph's good. I don't actually. I think it's just a clip. It's not a signed check. It's a little high for a McGraw, but if you're really itching for a McGraw autograph, there's one on eBay right now. Maybe he'll take a best offer, and I think it's good. Again, here's this. And again, last but not least, here are the Mrs. John McGraw. And again, you can see right here, it looks nothing like John McGraw at all. So, but again, she just signed autographs for him in that regard. So, again, not the easiest, not the toughest. 1934. So, expect to pay, like I said, for a clip starting at about $1,500. And again, the nicer the medium, the more you're going to pay. You want a signed letter, $2,000 to $3,000. But I think it's worth it. Greatest manager, arguably of all time. So we're going to move from John McGraw to man right there, Bill McKechnie. One of my favorite autographs in my collection. Can't wait to talk about it. But until then, as always, keep collecting.